Good afternoon and welcome to RockTruth Cafe Live. I am your host, but I'm not your major show, Selena K, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth in every aspect of our lives, or nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. Rock Truth is founded on He who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. Rock Truth Cafe Live is a cross-cultural response to the economic climate and social crisis of today. Rock Truth Cafe Live is designed to serve the physical need of fallen man while serving the spiritual need he didn't know he had that impacts, updates, and infects generationally. Rock Truth Cafe Live seeks to inspire, highlight, and enlighten upcoming and established local and international kings and queens of character while promoting Black consciousness, lawful eating within is healthy, and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong. It is indeed a kingdom renaissance. Welcome to Cross Country, baby. Hi, God.
Hey,
Hi, God.
I'm
Oh, the God
ready to cook up,
fix you
up this
out. What's going
afternoon.
on, Doc?
I am so excited for this recipe because
Me
it was
too.
so good the first time I made it. And I literally just found this glazed recipe just online scrolling like, well, what can I put on the salmon? I got, some stuff and it looked plain. Like I had plain quinoa, I had plain broccoli. I didn't really put a whole lot of stuff on the broccoli and then I had the salmon. I was like, I got to do something to
Yeah.
jazz it up. So boom, I ended up finding this honey glazed salmon recipe and a little bit because, I have my
Excited.
own type of ingredients because the recipe calls for soy sauce, but I actually use Worcestershire sauce, which to me didn't I don't think it made it taste bad. Like it still tasted delicious because really once you mix everything in, you know. Uh. So
I ended up mixing it
that's
with soy sauce, so hopefully you said it's like a similar taste.
yeah, it shouldn't be any different. Really just add some body to the sauce, makes it savory.
Coolness, coolness,
So
coolness. I'm
I actually
sharing.
already have a pot of salt water boiling. So this is, oh, that probably made it sting. But this is 2 cups of salted water. Um, I had it started already because I have a cast iron pot and it actually takes longer for it to heat up. So I went on ahead and got it going.
Okay,
And
so what do
so I'm
I
just
need
gonna
to do?
measure
Go
out
ahead and get it
the
going.
what? Yeah,
I need.
all I did was a cast iron pot, and that would have taken like all of the prep time to get the pot, going so that the water will boil for the quinoa. And you just measure out the cup. So this is a cup of quinoa. If you're using like I guess like raw or like completely unprocessed quinoa, rinse it and all of that before you cook it because it has like stuff on it. So I'm gonna just pour it in here to rinse it. And I'm using filter water. We actually have a filter on our faucet, so I don't have to worry about, adding impurities and stuff to my quinoa. And
Okay.
so all I did was just put it in a little pitcher, stir it around a little bit, mix it around so that you can get it's like how you have like that little layer of like, foggy stuff and all of that. Like you wanna rinse it until your water comes clear.
Rinse it
And
into the
that
water.
way you got yeah, until the water is clear. I'm gonna have to get this strainer. I'll end up pouring all my quinoa down the sink. Don't want to do that. So with this, quinoa is a nice little grain.
So 24,
Real easy on the digestive system, high in fiber and all that good stuff.
Okay, I'm doing my water for my quinoa. And mine is like a boil in a bag quinoa. So,
Oh, okay, well then yeah, yours is already rinsed and clean and stuff. So yours, you would just throw it in the water.
okay, let me go ahead and turn it on. And
Yeah,
get in it.
mine was raw
Yes,
and unprocessed. So
like say, pronounce it, girl, because I'll say anything.
quinoa.
If I call it anything.
And so now we
Quinoa,
just yeah,
new
quinoa.
quinoa. Okay, so yeah, it is 100% quinoa, the tricolor one.
Oh,
And
I've
then I
had that one before. I like that one.
decided
It's
too, like I
pretty
had some
simple.
leftover veggies and stuff from when I made the meal from earlier this week. And I'm gonna
Yes.
have that with the quinoa and the broccoli and stuff. Like I like ain't nothing going to waste. Child, we waste nothing around here.
Exactly. And that's the beauty about like these types of dishes. You can, jazz it up. You can throw in, your leftovers and all of that stuff. Like I have
Yes.
some of this stuffing left over from these peppers that I made. I might mix
Uh-huh.
some of that in with my quinoa. Yes, it's some
See?
beef in it, but whatever. It'll just
Shout out to
make
Miss
me
K
fuller.
Tony. Hey, Miss K Tony. She said it looks good. Looks like it's gonna be
Hey.
wait to see
Oh
what it looks
yeah.
like. Shout out, sis. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, girl, I can't wait either. Who else out here? I think this Lord Ty, Rock Truth and Nothing at All, lawful eating to keep us living for many years. Absolutely, Ty. Absolutely. Like you want to be here intentionally. Be here intentionally. You know. Hold on,
Okay,
let
and
me get this.
preheat your oven to 400 degrees for your broccoli. Well, it, however you're cooking your broccoli, I'm gonna bake mine because it's just gonna make the meal faster to get done. So while I'm preparing all the other stuff, my quinoa and my broccoli will be cooking. So that will save me a whole extra step of cooking and watching stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got my oven set to 400. I've already rinsed the broccoli, and now I'm just gonna cut it down into some nice size florets.
Okay. Okay. I'm on it. Chopping it up, girl. What do you got planned for the weekend, sis?
I actually have our conference today. We have our January kickoff for Herbalife, where we go through our business trainings and product
Okay.
training and recognition. And so it's a full 4 hours of events and keeping your head in the game and all of that. So I'm excited because they're usually very informative. Fun.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like you were saying yesterday, I think you even posted it. You know, these new communities, being in these communities that are, create and design for your growth. Like the environment is growth. You know, it's positive.
Exactly.
Everybody
Full of
around you is doing the same. Like this. This
like-minded
is
people and moving
this.
in a similar direction. You don't have to worry about
Yes,
random
like for
people
real, for
coming up
real.
sidetracking you because they not trying to do what you're trying to do.
Come on,
Like I
sis. Come
said,
on.
like it don't matter what you're trying to do. If we moving in the same direction, we can move that
Man.
way together.
And not only are we
Like
moving that way together, we're supporting each other while we're doing it. So, what
exactly,
you got going on, we're supporting. What everybody else got going, we're supporting while we're doing it. So we edifying, building up each other. I love it. I love it. Developing
absolutely.
communities. I love it. Mhm.
So all I did was just get a little 4-line pan, and I'm gonna sprinkle some olive oil over 'em. Nothing too extravagant. Make sure
Okay.
spread it evenly.
Hold on.
And then I'm gonna lightly season them with some salt, pepper,
Uh-huh.
and I'll probably do like some ginger. I got some powdered ginger.
Do you have a lot of broccoli on yours? I have like a lot, I think.
That's like a pound.
Is that like the thingy that you like just a bushel? Is a bushel a pound?
Essentially, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Where was my?
Okay, I want to definitely
Okay,
make
well, I
sure
got this.
I didn't already put my
I
oven
got my sea
on.
salt shaker. I'm just gonna. I want to use too much
You're a
salt.
toy, you're in love.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
This is just a medley, a pepper medley grinder, so it's not just black pepper. It's got a couple of different peppers. Get a
Oh, today's
little color.
my birthday, girl.
Whose
Shout
birthday?
out to you, Big Janice. Happy birthday. May God continue to
Happy
complete the work He
birthday.
finished in you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday to ya.
Yes. Wow, keep going. Don't stop. One thing we learning, no matter what, just keep going till you get there. Get there. You know, the quarterback is throwing to the spot, to the position, not the wide receiver. Just get there. Get
Okay,
there.
we're gonna
All
turn my
right,
heat
I
down.
got a
So
list.
if your quinoa is boiling with the lid on it, you want to turn it down so that it's just simmering and keep the lid on it. So it'll look
Okay.
like this. So you see how it's just lightly boiling. Now just keep the lid on it. This is what my flame looks like, so it's not up super high. And it's just gonna cook the entire time we're making everything else.
Okay.
And then broccoli going in the oven.
And if you
And
said
then
just a
by the
little
time,
olive oil, razzle dazzle on that thing.
yeah, just to keep it from like burning and sticking to the foil and stuff like that. Like
Okay,
nothing
let
too
me
extravagant.
some garlic.
Now I'm using fresh garlic, so I'm about to chop my garlic up.
Inside of it.
No, no, this is for the fish.
Okay,
Oh,
it's for
and real quick, so earlier before the show, I actually made some stuffed peppers, and these
uh-huh.
have ground beef in it. I use grass-fed beef and
Girl, that look good.
beets, radishes, what else? Onions, garlic, mushrooms, and some chopped kale in there. I had some frozen chopped kale, and I just added some of that in there with cheese and plain uh, Greek yogurt. Because usually the stuff call for sour cream or cream cheese or something like that, but those tend to be
Uh-huh.
like super fatty. So the Greek yogurt is lower in the fats and stuff like that, and you can get the same effect from using that as opposed to the cream cheese and all that. And that would be a good alternative for this dish for the people who are allergic to fish. Because not everybody, because some there are shellfish allergies, there's freshwater fish allergies, and
Okay.
seafood allergies. So there's different type of fish allergies. So you're allergic to salmon. Obviously, this wouldn't be a recipe that you could partake in.
Now
But
that
you can do like a stuffed pepper with your quinoa, and you can actually still use the glaze on top of your stuffed pepper.
that sounds freaking amazing. Like it's just I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it was different allergies. Like and then to
Oh
be able
yeah,
to like
some
interchange
people
this.
can't even be like if you're cooking like some they can't even be in the same house because that stuff gets into the air with the smoke and aroma and stuff, and it can trigger a reaction that way as well. So find out what allergies people have before you start cooking for people or, cooking and all that. And sometimes they can't even touch surfaces or like if you have it on your hands, like if you just ate or something and you still have like the juice on your hands and you touch something or they touch something behind you, it could
Uh-huh.
still trigger an allergic reaction. Some people are that allergic to stuff. And, people
Wow.
like that usually they're usually carrying EpiPens with them, so
Okay.
they know
Okay.
how allergic they are to stuff. So if they don't know they have that allergy, they're probably very young.
Okay.
Because
Wow.
most of
No,
that stuff you would have already come into contact with. So this is the salmon. It doesn't really require a whole lot of prep work because it's salmon.
I'm
So
opening my
I'm just
package.
give it a quick rinse down.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna dry it with some paper towels here. And if your
Every
salmon has like this weird kind of juice or whatever in the packet with it, don't be alarmed. It's probably the omega-3 fatty acids leaking out of it because salmon is very high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is why if you
okay,
can eat fish, salmon, mackerel, tuna, those types of fish are recommended uh, because of that fatty acid content. And omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, so they reduce inflammation. A lot of the cooking oils and stuff that we cook with, like vegetable oil and stuff like that,
uh-huh.
tends to be high in omega-6 fatty acids, which is very inflammatory. So that's why they suggest you cook with things like olive oil, coconut oil, canola oil, because it's lower in those types of fats. Oh, I got this garlic. I'm gonna end up with a garlicky lemon. And
That
so
was the
now
glass.
I'm making the lemon juice for the glaze. So we're
Okay.
not putting the salmon in the pan yet because, like I said, the salmon cooks fast. So
Okay. You said the glaze. Now, what are we doing with the glaze?
we're getting our lemon juice together. So if you have a juicer, cool, you can get more juice out of your lemon. Because really, I'll probably only end up using half of it, depending on how much juice this gets. Because you only need like 2 teaspoons or something of lemon juice. Like, you don't need a whole lot of lemon juice.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cut the other half of this lemon into slices for my garnish.
Okay.
I'm sure to get all that juice up out of there. If I didn't get an arm workout in today, I'm definitely getting one now.
If you did what?
Didn't get an arm workout in today, I'm getting one in now just in this lemon. So I managed to get a nice little amount of juice, so that's perfect. And we're just gonna dump this into our little measuring cup over here. That's what we're gonna mix all the stuff in. Yeah. Double check on my quinoa, make sure. So check the quinoa, make sure it's not overcooking or dried out. So this looks perfect. So the water is all cooked off. I'm gonna leave the lid on it and turn the fire off. This is soup.
If you see that I
But,
keep going back and forth, I gotta clean while I go. I'm just letting
yeah,
everybody know.
that's how I do too.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I cannot. It cannot be. I have to be clean.
So I got this is actually a scoop from my probiotic from my Herbalife stuff. So uh,
Uh-huh.
don't pay it no mind, but it makes measuring easier for me because that's the little teaspoon size stuff.
Okay.
So you can just use like a little regular teaspoon. It's not nothing fancy. Um, let me slice this lemon up.
All right. We got this lemon juice popping like a kangaroo. What? Okay. Let me throw this away. You know what? While we got like a small moment, let me go ahead and shout out my friend, Miss Tammy Davis. I'm loving these cameras. She just stopped by to drop them off for us. Like I just got a bunch of them, just so I can give them to other women to inspire them. They're inspirational calendars for the year. I love everything she represents. I
Ooh,
mean, her confidence. Like she is like super, super, super dope. Like you can hit her up on her Facebook, Instagram, and it's just, inspirational calendar. I love this. Let me see. She is a curator of curves in the streets. I love that. A high style brand promoting confidence and body positivity through beauty, fashion, and entertainment. She has over 17 years experience working in the entertainment and plus size fashion industries. Founded on faith and a dream, Curves in the Streets continues to infuse positivity and empowerment into the brand worldwide. I love this. Shout out to you, Miss Tammy. Yeah, I plan on giving these as gifts. Like, ooh, you are your cheerleader. Take time to love on you. Take time to love every great quality you have, even your flaws. I have witnessed a person's flaws to become their greatest asset. I love that. Shout out to you, Miss Tammy. Get your calendars today. They're $5. $5. Miss Tammy, thank you. Okay,
Okay,
where
so
we at?
all I did was just I added the 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire. So if you have
Okay, hold on.
Worcestershire or soy sauce, either is
What's the
fine.
limit?
In the lemon juice in the
Okay,
little picture because this is what we're making the glazing. So
okay. I'm
once we
coming.
get
Hold
this
on.
mixed up, then we're gonna start cooking our salmon in the pan, and then once our salmon is cooked, we're gonna remove it from the pan and use the salmon juice and seasons and all the stuff that we had in the pan, and we're gonna add our glaze sauce to it, uh, and that's gonna bring all the flavors and stuff together. So
Okay, so right now, hold on. I'm trying to get the thing off of it,
oh yeah,
and
that's
then
fine. Go ahead. I'm about to season up my salmon now. So I'm adding some thyme
okay, hold
and
on.
we're gonna do
Okay,
some basil.
okay. So with the, I'm so sorry. So how much soy sauce?
2 tablespoons. And
Tablespoons.
yeah.
Oh, did I pull
So
it? There it
I
is.
like lots of different herbs. So like if you know you're allergic to certain stuff, you don't have to use it. It's all just seasoning to taste. So all I did was just sprinkle some rosemary, basil, thyme, and parsley on my salmon, and then I'm gonna put some of this sea salt on top. And while
Does it
I'm
matter what
getting my
side
glaze,
that you're seasoning on?
the what?
Does it matter what side you season it on, or you season all over?
No, I season the meat side because the skin side is usually the first side I start cooking it on, and then
Okay.
once I flip it, then the seasoning side goes down with the olive oil and the juices and stuff that's already in it. And
All right. So
so
I
we're
have the
gonna finish.
basil leaves. I have, what else did you season yours, Mrs.?
Oh, thyme, basil, rosemary, and parsley.
Okay. So the parsley. Now, how you doing the parsley? You chop it up and put it on?
It's just flakes. You can use fresh parsley or dry parsley. Either one is fine. Same difference.
Okay. Let me see this parsley that's in here. And I ain't gotta chop it. Just
Yeah, if you're using fresh parsley, you can chop it. If you're actually seasoning it with it, if you're just using it as a garnish, you don't have to chop it.
okay.
But
So
like
I'm
parsley is good. It helps with digestion, which is like funny that they use it as a garnish and it's not really expected for you to eat it. But if you eat it, there's actually a lot of health benefits associated with parsley, which is why I actually use it as a seasoning and not just a garnish. So I added about 2 tablespoons of honey, and I'm just whisking all this stuff in here. Now I'm
is
holding
that
off on
inside of the
adding, huh?
that's inside of the seasoning? I mean the sauce, the glaze.
Yes, and the lemon juice. I have lemon juice, my Worcestershire sauce, and honey in it right now. So I'm just whisking all this together, and I'm
Okay.
actually going to hold off on adding the cornstarch because it'll turn into a gel if I take too long to get it into the pan.
Okay. So
So
that's what the
now we're going
cornstarch.
to get yeah. So now we're going to get some olive oil in the pan, heat it up so we can start and we're going to take half of the clove of garlic that we chopped up, or if you have garlic, seasoning powder, then you would just sprinkle a little bit in the pan with the olive oil because that's going to add seasoning to our salmon. And then
Okay.
the rest of it, we're going to add uh, to the glaze once we get the glaze in the pan.
Okay. What was that? I wasn't supposed to put like no oil or anything on the salmon, right? To keep the stuff on it.
No,
It just okay, just double
no,
checking.
no, yep,
Right?
yep, no, just because all that stuff is going to end up left in the pan and it's just going to end up in the sauce.
Okay. I'm here. Excuse me. I'm eating while I'm going. The honey.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm catching up.
No, you're good. I'm letting my oil hit the pan for the salmon.
Okay, how much
No
honey?
biggie. 2 tablespoons.
The same, okay? Okay.
We're doing football now. Who's doing football?
I have no clue. That's Tyron.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, I love honey. Yes. Oh, I got honey everywhere.
Okay. So I've added
Okay.
my salmon to the pan. Ooh, I forgot to add my. So we're
So
just
what's
gonna
all
add
going in
the.
your pizza? The salmon. I'm gonna put everything in the air fryer. This is gonna be a new treat for us today, guys. Queen show your salmon. You know what? You know what?
Well,
There you
I
go.
kind of messed up. I was supposed to add my garlic to the pan first, but it's all right. It's food. It's all going down the same way.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna put everything in the air fryer. I'm gonna put everything in the air fryer.
This is a really juicy piece of salmon, and I got this salmon at Aldi, and it
Shut up.
looks beautiful.
I
And I
think I
think
got
how
mine
much
from
is it?
Walmart
This
Grand
is like a
Valley.
pound and some,
Mm-hmm.
and it was $8.25, which is actually not a bad price for salmon. So
Okay. All
it's like a
righty.
lot of times if you're paying less than that, you're getting less salmon. So like usually if I pay less than that, I'm getting less than a pound of salmon.
Okay.
So
So
this
guys,
is
I'm doing mine slightly
already.
different. I am
Let's
actually
see.
putting this in the air fryer, and
And
let's see
she
what
right with
happens.
me. And she was like, this is a huge piece of salmon. Like seriously, I'm trying not to burn myself. I done already burnt myself before, so I'm trying to be careful with flipping it. And so now we just flip it and let it cook. I don't know. I don't know this. Well, yeah, I got most of it cooked on the other side. So the fat part of the salmon, I'm aiming it to the middle part of the pan where the
Mhm.
heat, and the little thinner part, I'm moving it further from the middle of the flame so that it doesn't overcook. So that's all I'm doing with that. Nothing special. The salmon is actually almost done. Let me turn this down some more. Because, like I said, this is a really big salmon, so it's gonna have to cook a little bit longer than normal. But while that's cooking, we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna finish adding the stuff to this. So get your cornstarch, and I have my little teaspoon scooper. Um,
Okay, so
and we're gonna do 2 teaspoons, and I actually have a separate cup with some water in it, and I'm gonna mix it into the cup of water first, and then add it to my glaze mix. So we're gonna add our 2 teaspoons of cornstarch.
okay.
I'm gonna grab a little fork here. It smells so good. Like
The salmon boy.
this salmon is cutting up right now, and I got that
Oh wow.
rosemary on there. Yeah, you can smell the rosemary like really coming up. So all I did was just my phone is so all I did was just add the 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to maybe about like 3 or 4 tablespoons, probably like maybe a third of a cup of water. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Don't give me a line. It's not a whole lot of water. And then I'm just slowly adding it to the honey and lemon juice, and then we're just gonna whisk that together.
Well, I have the
And
salmon.
so,
It's already into the air fryer, and it just pretty much told me to use the settings that they have on here for shrimp. And it's
yep.
320 degrees in the air fryer for 12 minutes. Let it go. And then when it comes out, I mean, when it's done, you put the glaze on there, like brush it with the glaze, put it back in for 5 more minutes. So that's the process I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on the quinoa. I got the broccoli going. How long was the
Okay,
broccoli to
so
be in
now,
to keep it going?
um, it looks like it's done. It should be just slightly browned on the tips. You don't want it to burn. So I'm gonna turn mine off and just
Okay.
leave it in the oven. It should be fine.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna let mine
now
go
I'm just
just
gonna
like
take the
you know.
salmon out of the pan and leave whatever is left behind in the pan, and I'm gonna flip it back over. And so that is, oh, I don't know if you can see that here. Hold on. Let me switch this camera angle. This this is
Woo!
the
It's
salmon.
done.
It's done. And if you want it darker or seared more, you can do that. But salmon is, they make sushi and stuff with it. So if you have frozen salmon, you don't have to cook it like all the way, and it should be fine. If it's not frozen, cook it thoroughly to avoid any like parasites or anything like that. Because I mean, it's meat. Meat have other stuff that likes to live in. So always be mindful of how you're cooking and preparing your food, and also
Mm-hmm.
storing them. So freeze your fish. If you get fresh fish, make sure it's cooked all the way through. If you freeze it, it inactivates, the stuff that's in it, even the eggs or whatever. Like, trust me, I watched all the shows and I got thoroughly grossed out, and I was like, okay, well, how do I avoid it? And they tell you solutions, and that was
Right.
one of the solutions: freeze your fish, then it fresh, cook it all the way through. Do not make sushi with it or undercook it or none of that because it hasn't been frozen. So now we have the stuff left in the pan, and we're gonna add the rest of the garlic to it. So this is the pan. So we're gonna add the rest of the garlic to it. I'm gonna get some of that garlic on the spatula. And
Come on now, get in
it,
there. Get in there.
it actually still has some of the oil left over too from the salmon. And so I don't have to add any oil, and it's also a little bit of salmon pieces. All right. So we'll just get all that stuff going in the pan. Make sure it's warmed up. The garlic should be nice and aromatic, like yeah, like that. And then we're gonna slowly add our sauce so it doesn't splatter. And then we're just gonna cook this on medium high heat until it starts to thicken. I turned up my heat a little bit, and we're stirring frequently. You don't want to not stir this because the cornstarch could burn easily, and it could
So the
make
cornstarch
stuff
goes in there.
move a lot faster. It should be in your mix. So in your mix of lemon juice, Worcestershire, or you have soy sauce, um, and what else do I put in there? Honey. So that is already mixed up. You're gonna add uh, pre-mixed cornstarch. So get like a little cup or something with like just a little bit of water, and add your two teaspoons of cornstarch to that, and mix it in thoroughly together first, and then add it to that mixture. Because the cornstarch could clump up very easily, so that's why you don't add it directly to the mix. Okay, it's starting to thicken. The more it like kind of boils, it's going to thicken a little bit more. This smells so good. I cannot wait.
Exactly how much cornstarch, sis?
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons. Tea, not table. Tea and not
Yeah,
table.
tea. Yeah, baby
It's
spoon,
a
baby
difference.
spoon. It's
Okay.
very you gonna end up with honey lemon gel if you take it.
Ugh, that
I
don't
mean, it's
sound
an easy
good.
fix. Just add more water, but yeah, it could be a pain in the neck on the front end. So
Okay. I'm bringing out my quinoa, breaking it out of its bag while I'm waiting on my pot to warm up. I mean, the pan to warm up for the glaze. Woo, hot bag. I love it. Let me see what else to say.
okay, and I think this is about as thick as it's going to get on the heat.
What seasonings do
So
you add to your quinoa, sis?
I actually don't season it because I just eat it with whatever I cook with it. Or like if you
Okay.
want like usually just mix stuff in with it. Like I said, I have that stuffed pepper stuff in. I could make a whole nother dish with just adding that to it and mixing it in because everything in the stuffing is cooked. Like really, you just getting it together and cooking the peppers. Okay, so the sauce is done, and I'm gonna transfer it back into my little measuring cup here because it's gonna be easier to pour it. Yeah, I'm gonna start working over here because my phone is actually about to die, and I don't want it to cut off while I'm trying to show y'all this. So again, plug it in, plug it
Oh, it
in.
smells good.
Okay, so we have
I just like, okay, so this is like, the cornstarch is like, if you were making like a gravy,
make it like rice.
like a gravy.
Yeah,
So it kind of like
I mean
thickens up.
that's pretty much what it is, but because it's not using a meat base, you use the cornstarch to thicken it up, so that's what makes it a sauce. Okay, that's all. And then as the sauce cools, it's gonna thicken more.
Good amount.
And so now everything is done. We can start assembling our plate. I'm gonna pull this broccoli. No, I got glove lint in my sauce. My oven mitt lint. Now, turn this up so you can see me. And we're just gonna pull our broccoli out, and this looks delicious. So this is the broccoli. I don't know if there's a zoom. How do I zoom? Oh, that's the zoom. Okay, there we go. So that's our broccoli there, and I'm gonna pull it all together, like I said, on this plate here. So they even tell you the serving size for the salmon on the packaging. So if you got it individually wrapped, that is considered one serving size. So whatever the nutrition facts are for that single wrap salmon, that's pretty much it. Usually
Uh-huh.
those single servings, the single wrap ones, can easily be two servings worth. So that'd be 8 ounces, but that's technically two servings, even though they count it as one serving. But we're doing portions, lawful portions. So I'm gonna cut this. So I'm just cutting the salmon now so I can serve it. Now the thing with this is that usually the skin it's like kind of hardest to get to cooperate. But this is like the super thick part of the salmon. So we're just gonna go with this. This is about 3 ounces of
This is
salmon.
good.
And then I'm gonna add a spoonful of my quinoa. And so the way I made it before was I added because really the quinoa is your starch, well not your starch, but it's your grain. So you don't really need like a large serving of that. Just literally one spoonful is like really all you need. And so what I do with that is I set my salmon on top of my quinoa,
Oh my gosh, this is
and
good.
then that makes it so that when I take every time I take a bite of the salmon, I'm getting some of the quinoa, and that way I don't really have to worry about if it's seasoned enough or not because the seasoning from the salmon, the season from the salmon will have me covered. And
Probably.
so my broccoli, I'm probably just gonna end up putting all my broccoli on it because
Hold
it's our
on.
first
Girl, you
serving.
got to see this over here. This is good. Okay, wait, I got to need the back.
And so your vegetables should be half of your plate. It should be the majority of whatever it is you eat. So 1 bushel of broccoli is like one serving for a person. And this is essentially it. And then we're gonna pour the glaze on there. And we're gonna top it with some parsley.
Oh, that's good, girl.
And we're gonna throw a lemon slice on it. We're gonna parsley that lemon. And that's how you make it pretty. So yeah, this is the dish. And you have your broccoli being a cruciferous vegetable, it is very high in antioxidants and other cancer fighting nutrients. So get your broccoli in, get your cauliflower. What else is cruciferous? Oh, radishes. That's why I put those in my stuffed peppers because they're cruciferous and they have anti-cancer properties, um, anti-inflammatory, and broccoli is also high in zinc and magnesium, which is good for your immune system. Most cruciferous vegetables are, which is why they're very important to be in your balanced diet because it supports and strengthens your immune system on a regular basis, not just when you need it. Like now, it's an all the time thing. You should always be prepared. What they say, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Yeah, that was good. That's gonna go down as a very delicious lunch. And then because I had a shake for breakfast, and this is going to be my lunch, and then I'll have uh, either a stuffed pepper or a shake for dinner. We'll see how I'm feeling because I got another workout to do later. So depending on how hungry I am after that will determine what I eat. So I'll probably end up having a shake and a pepper. And another quick fact: the lemon in the lemon juice actually helps with digestion. So yeah, definitely helping you digest this wonderful and delicious meal. And if you want, you can add some of the glaze to on top of your vegetables, like the broccoli, and or like even just lemon juice, because I've also had my broccoli with just lemon juice or like a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I have this balsamic vinegar. You could top it with a little bit of. I think I actually do that though. A little bit of balsamic vinegar, and then that actually helps bring out the flavor in the broccoli. That was a little trick that I came across with my Blue Apron recipes, because they have like real chefs in the background, putting stuff together and all that. So I listen and I pay attention. And when I was making like greens and stuff like that, even with the baked like the oven roasted broccoli and stuff, they would have like a little bottle of like rice vinegar to add to it. I was like, why would you add vinegar to greens? But it makes it taste amazing, especially because the greens, like the collard greens and the turnip greens, tend to have like a slightly bitter taste. That vinegar, I don't know what it does to it, but it doesn't make it taste like, oh, this is green bitterness. It's like cooked food. It's supposed to taste like this, like adding intention to it. So, and I'm actually gonna put some peppers on mine. But this is the dish, and I'm actually gonna dig in. How does your is your salmon done in the air fryer? You're muted. Oh, the balsamic vinegar on the broccoli was a really good idea. Oh yeah. Now I see why you do that, because it adds flavor, full bodiness. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh my goodness. I think this is better than the first time I made it. Yeah.
Okay. I was on mute the whole time. How about it?
Yeah, you was muted
Yes.
the entire
So
time.
yes. So my salmon is almost ready. Oh, it's ready. Let me go grab it. I got my plate ready.
Ding.
Boom. Oh. Oh.
What it look like?
I'm about to let me do my camera. Let me do my camera angle. Hold on. Hold on,
What it
sweet.
look like? Hey, what it look like? You're muted.
I'm sorry. It's not.
I'm getting my kitchen back in order. While we
There we
wait.
go.
Oh yes. Ooh, that's like perfectly like roasted too.
Let me plate it. Let me plate it. Hold on. Come on. Oh, there you go. Ooh. Ooh, child. Hold on. And I need to warm up my veggies I had. Child. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You got your quinoa under there.
Yep. Under that, and then over on the side
Oh
is the
yeah, I see
broccoli.
it. Yeah, I see it. Oh, that looks good. And they ain't the broccoli like just so green and full colored and all that. It just looks
It's
like good
perfect.
health. It just look like it's some healthy stuff going on the plate.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready to taste. I'm ready to taste. You tasted yours, ain't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mine was
Oh, I got my lemon.
delicious.
I got my lemon. I got
It
my
was
lemon.
yeah, like I said, it tasted better than the first time I made it.
Hold on. Got my little lemon. Need some more of this juice on out. So I ain't just sitting here doing nothing. And my parsley is garnished. Let me take a picture before I eat it.
Oh, see, I
Lord,
ain't
to
gonna take no
thank
pictures. I'm gonna use your picture.
without taking pictures. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use your picture.
Girl, this is it. Because every dish we make, listen to me. You can get this in a cafe. I'm telling you, we're making this stuff in a cafe for you. Like healthy foods. You ain't gotta say that it's expensive. No, it's not. Where is my camera? There you go. Because I'm gonna taste this thing. Live from the cafe. What you say? Live from the cafe. All right. Took that picture. Boom. Now it's time to move into the eating. Let's get it. All right. You said the secret's in the sauce. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Boom. Look at that. Just broke off right there. Just broke off a little piece right there. Well, give me some of this Give me some of this broccoli.
Mhm.
Hold on, sis. Y'all see it. Y'all
Look.
shut it down. We shut it down. We out of here. Shut it down. No!
It's good.
Girl, I'm in my
And
house
it's
doing this.
fresh.
Woo! Listen. Y'all. No, y'all. It's the truth, y'all.
I'm
Yo.
telling you. And it's like
It's the
every time I
truth,
make
yo.
something like that I made before, it ends up tasting better and better. Cause like you end up perfecting stuff like like
Mm-mm.
missteps. You're like, dang, I
Mm-hmm.
should have added, or I didn't have this, so I had to substitute. But yeah, no, everything was on point both times. The first time I made it and this time. So yeah.
Walking in my house.
I can't wait to get my air fryer though. Oh, it's going down. And I
Listen,
keep saying like that you can bake stuff in. I was like, you can bake like they had like cupcakes and all kinds. I'm like, so
yes,
how you
girl.
baking stuff in an air fryer?
Mm-mm.
But I'm gonna get one
Mm.
and I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna definitely show y'all too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
And see how my plate keeps slowly disappearing.
Girl, mine is slowly. We're going to eat for the next 6 minutes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
it's good.
added the balsamic vinegar on top of my broccoli, and that was really good. I was really good,
Mmm.
yeah. And
Mmm. And it's light.
the
It's not.
acetic acid and balsamic vinegar actually also helps with digestion. So goddamn,
It's good.
and it has
Ow.
like, and it has a slightly sweet flavor, like over vinegar or white vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
The slightly sweet flavor vinegar on the broccoli meshes very well with the sweet flavor of the glaze, the
Lord have
honey
mercy,
and the
it's
glaze.
good.
So,
I don't know who out there watching. But Lord, today is good. Girl, I'm licking my fingers.
and it's a nice light meal. Like you're not gonna feel like, oh, I need to go lay down after you eat this. Like
That's
you're
the
gonna feel
thing.
like
That's the
you
food that
can
I
take
make.
on.
Oh, there go the cafe. Hold on, I gotta go back in. Let me see if any who is saying that. Look at your plate, girl. Ooh, look at that our plate. Yes, this glaze is everything.
Oh,
And I
let me get
love
my
how it
my
tastes like.
detox water. I put it in the freezer while we was cooking so that it could be nice and frosted.
Mm,
So this is my detox water. I got my sea moss in it. Shout out to
mm-hmm.
Miss Karen Day. I sure got my I
Yeah,
carry essentials.
yeah.
Sea moss. This is actually the orange. What is it? Here, I might just pull it. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
just pull it out before I get what's in it wrong. And I looked up like what the burdock and stuff does, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But when I saw, I was like, I need it. So this
Okay.
is her sea moss,
Mm.
and this is actually the orange cranberry
Is it
sea
good,
moss.
girl?
So it's flavor, yes. This one tastes good like by itself. Like I had tasted both of them, and that one tastes good even like not mixing nothing. And then this is uh, bladderwrack, burdock, and turmeric, and these are really good, especially for detoxing your organs, your liver, kidney. I believe what else? It was something else. Like I said, I looked it up. It's
Mm-hmm.
left me now, but it'll come back to me. I'll probably post it in the group when I'll just go back and look it up and post it. And then I have cucumbers, which aid in hydration, and it makes your water and stuff alkaline. It has some mint. Mint is great for digestion, and it's a slice of lime in there. It was a weird looking lime, so it's actually yellow like a lemon, but it's lime. But yeah, and the reason why it's yellow like this is from the sea moss actually, and I mixed in one because like the tablespoon measurement that I was using, it actually came from my probiotic. So it has a little scooper in it. That's a teaspoon, and it's just a little dry powder. It almost looks like cornstarch, but it's a little dry powder, and it's it's live bacteria that help sit in your gut, like how the kombucha does. It's like dried kombucha bacteria,
Oh,
chilling. So it's for
okay.
your digestive system, it's probiotic. And I just added all of that to this. It's got like some little leftover like flakes of cardamom that I had added to my water earlier. And cardamom
Cardamom,
is
girl. You always talking
yeah,
about
it's a
cardamom.
nice. I'm telling you, it's a nice little spice. It has a calming effect. Helps reduce stress, anxiety, and it has an aromatic effect that does the same thing. So, and it cuts the fishy kind of smell, flavor from sea
Mm.
moss because sea moss is going to taste like fish because it's in the sea where all the fish live.
Oh
So
no.
naturally, it's going to smell and taste like fish because it's sea. But when you look up all the nutrients and stuff in it, you'll get over it. You'll find
Right.
ways to fix it. Oh, and I put like a teaspoon of honey, no, tablespoon of honey to kind of also kind of help cut that flavor. And honey is also a very good lubricant for your mucosal linings and stuff in your throat, stomach, and your digestive system. And it's also what do they call it? Anti microbial. So it helps keep bad stuff from growing. So
I know. I got
this
the
is my detox
she that
water.
makes me like a ginger turmeric. I think it was ginger turmeric and cinnamon and elderberry.
Hmm.
Elderberry, and it was so delicious. I put it in my tea every morning. Um, it tastes great. It was good. It wasn't as bad as people said. I'm thinking it's about to be just nasty, girl. No, it ain't nothing you don't
What
simply
would
eat.
be
But
nasty? All it is spices.
tea,
You
sis.
just named spice, berry, and what else you put in it? How
Cinnamon,
does that gonna taste?
cinnamon,
Oh,
elderberry,
right,
ginger,
spice,
turmeric.
spice, spice, berry. Like I don't know how that would taste nasty.
Right. Because we're not used to it because it ain't sugar filled.
Mm, and that's what it is. But
Excuse
I
me.
realized like once I like broke out of doing stuff like that, like I said, like the shakes that I drink don't have a lot of sugar in it, like barely 10 grams of sugar, and that's if I don't add fruit to it. Like fruit has more sugar than my shake would have, and so it
Mm,
tastes extremely sweet to me because for the longest I wasn't eating any type of added sugar. I wasn't eating like the sugary cakes and all of that stuff, and so when I would have my shake, it tasted like a ton of sugar because my body wasn't
yep,
used to any sugar. Because I had like when
yep.
I had went first got on my little health kick, I was like everything had to go.
Right,
Like I stopped eating out everything. Like if it was already cooked or prepared, I didn't eat it. If I didn't make it, I did not eat it.
right. It makes sense though. It makes sense because now that we're learning, well, not for me, now that I'm learning to eat healthier, I know what's in it. And because I know
Hmm.
what's in it, like, it makes a difference. Like, and it's
Exactly.
healthier. It's not like I mean, I'm just telling people about like I use the granola bars as the example. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. I use the granola bars as an example, but seriously, that was the biggest lesson that we learned, or at least for me, that what's in the packages and all that stuff, man. On the labels, like you saying, they telling you this healthy. It ain't that healthy. Look at all the stuff that they are putting in it, and a lot of it to preserve it. Like you can make it at your crib and
Yep.
preserve it in the refrigerator. And it don't
Exactly.
take no time. It takes
Most
15
most
minutes.
foods, if cooked properly, you can refrigerate it 2 to 3 days. If you freeze it,
Listen,
you can hold
and keep
it
that going.
1 to 3 weeks.
That's
So,
it.
like I said, prepping your foods, prepping your produce. For me, I'll get a bunch of leafy, green leafies or whatever, and I'll eat fresh salads and stuff until the leaves and stuff start to wilt or look like they're starting to go bad. Then I'll just throw the bags in the freezer. Look, you can clean the plate. Nothing but a lemon slice left. Yeah, I've been doing too much talking, but I'm definitely gonna finish
No,
mine
no,
once
you
we
keep
get off.
talking. Keep talking. Because I'm eating. And
Right.
this is good. Child, thank you, Doc Ock. Girl, you got any final remarks? Because now this is mine.
Right.
Run it, boss me.
The lemon slice got us out of there. Like, not me too.
Right. Even me. Even me. Yes, I have nothing. I am full. I am full. I don't feel weighed down. I feel energized. My skin
Exactly.
ain't like, I'm like, oh, I got the itis. I feel
Mhm.
amazing and I'm ready to just really go finish my day. Like, hello, the workout jumped it off. Now we eating good. Now it's time to go be social. Now I have the right mind and spirit to go be social and converse with others because that takes something too. Just saying.
Exactly, it does. It takes energy. And when
Yep.
you have a good source of energy, you feel good. Like, of course, not being hangry helps. But, when you put good things into your body, you're going to feel good. And other people are
Yep.
going to feel good being around you. Like, I noticed that when I changed my diet and I was exercising more, like, I felt like I had more energy. I was happier. I smiled a lot. I was more
Yep.
social. Like you said, ready to go be social. I was more social. I actually cared more about what other people had going on because I felt good. I felt content within
Yes,
myself,
it.
so I wasn't preoccupied with myself. And it
See,
showed. Other people really, start to gravitate to me more, and especially like at work and stuff like that. It was more, fulfilling while I was there, and
yeah,
um and it was just a nice overall experience. It was a nice change, and I haven't, that's why I haven't gone back because because
right.
that was a lifetime lifestyle change. And
Change, total
when you
change.
do it in a way to where you're not treating healthy food like it's a punishment. I think that's kind of where people, get off
Yeah,
on the wrong foot. Like, no, this is good for you. If you have to, research why it's good for you. Because if you know why you're eating the stuff you're eating, you're gonna do it more.
hmm I would choose to. I promise.
Because
So,
what they say now, food is medicine. Okay,
it
all the
is
medicine out there, all the tablets, any prescription that any doctor gives you is a synthetic version of
right,
what's on this plate.
and you
They
still going
studied
to you
the
still going to street sellers for your stuff. Like, no, get rid. You can already provided the good stuff. You ain't got to go nowhere. So,
literally.
ain't
And
got to
this
pay
is
nobody.
preventative right here. They're giving you a panacea to the after the fact, after you already messed yourself up, that still barely gets you back in good health. This is the prevention right here. This is the
Come on,
medicine
sis.
and the prevention, the cure and the care.
Come
Like,
on,
just
sis.
just eat right first, and then you won't have to worry about getting sick later. Like, people are like, oh,
Look
I
at
feel
it.
fine now. Yeah, you feel fine because you don't know what feeling great feels like. When you feel
Yep.
great, feeling fine is not going to be enough. Feeling fine isn't
Hey,
going to be good enough for you anymore. So get to feeling great first, and then see if you're okay with feeling fine.
I know that's right. And understand it is a sin to be good when you are called to be great. So I will cut it. Get with
Okay,
it. True. I mean, don't add to the stuff you already got going on. That's one you can like cut, nip that one in the bud. Simply. You
exactly.
know?
Leave it where it's
All
at.
right, Doc, we are out of here, honey. Thank you so much. Your plate still looks good. I know you ready to go eat.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready
yeah.
to
I'm finna
go eat.
polish that off with my detox water, and get into because I got about another hour and a half before my conference starts. So I'm going to be nice and fueled, and my brain is going to have all the fuel it needs to take in all the information I'm going to get in the next 4 hours, because that's a long
Yes,
time to be sitting. But yeah, I'll be glued to it, and being
yes,
properly fueled is what is that? Integral. It is pertinent to your personal productivity and your well-being. So
okay.
you know,
Well,
what
child,
they
I'm
say,
fucking fine.
stay true, eat
Be
fresh,
you, ain't
and rock
it?
truth.
Man. Peace, y'all. We out. Next week. What we cooking next week, Doc?
um,
We on
is
dessert.
this the last Saturday of this month?
We got one more Saturday in this month. We on dessert.
It's dessert. Yep, we're doing
Yeah.
cookies and what else did I have? Cookies
Shoot.
and dip.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
cookies and dip.
All right, we posting y'all. All right, see y'all next week. Love y'all. Peace. Rock truth.